To shake things up a little bit, and I'm going to be using Text Wrangler just so that those of you who are not using Dreamweaver can see what this looks like working in another sort of web editor. So what I've got here is just a basic HTML document. I've got the opening, doc type, the HTML head, that sort of thing. In the title, go ahead and type in, we're going to do some t-shirt inventory. And this is going to be built off of two-dimensional arrays. So we're going to do an array of arrays. So the first thing that we need to do is go in and create our variable. And so we need to open up our PHP and create our variable. And actually, I'm going to go and close my PHP because I just like to be able to do that. And we're just going to clean this up a little bit and then give us some room in between to work. So we have this. So let's create our first variable. We're going to call this size because we're going to look at t-shirt inventory. We have size equals, and remember this is an array, so we're going to start with the word array, and this is a two-dimensional array. So we're going to do an array of arrays. So we're going to type the word array after this. This will be our first one, and then the other parenthesis, and we're going to do the size is small, comma, and then we're going to, the next part is going to be the inventory. So this first number is going to hold a spot of how many we have like in stock in our store. And the second number is going to be how many we sell. And notice because these are numbers, I didn't actually put them in quotation marks. We can go ahead and do that. So I can just go ahead and do that as well. But when it comes to numeric strings, they don't necessarily have to be within quotation marks. So this is our first array within our group. So I'm going to close that with parentheses. So now this is my first array in this group. To separate them, I need a comma, and then it's usually just good practice to go into the second line because it's neater to look at. And so then I'm going to type array, and this will be our second one. So we're going to do medium, and we're going to say we have 7 in stock, and we're going to sell 6 of them. Oops, let's do this. Close that. There's our second array, and there's our first. So now let's go create our third. And you guessed it, this is large. And let's do this, and let's do, this. So these are going to be the numbers that we work with. So that's that third array, and that was what that parenthesis, that goes right there. But we need to close this parenthesis. So let's put another one back here. And because this is a PHP command, we're going to close it with our semicolon. So there's our variable. That's our array. Now we need to do something with it and go down here, and we're going to echo a sentence. So we're going to go echo, quotation marks. I'm going to put this in a paragraph, so we're going to put that there, and I'm going to say shirt size. And there's my colon, which is just going to separate that because then after that it'll say things like small, medium, and large. So I'm going to put a space, and then we're going to concatenate, which we did in the last one as well. And now we're going to call up the first one in our list, and we want our small. So what we need to do is our $size, so that's our variable. And then we use the square brackets. And remember, this is in the first row, so it is actually 0 because we start with 0 when we're working with arrays. So it's in that first row, and it's the first item within that row. It's also 0. I don't know why I typed it there, but there we go. So we're looking for shirt size 00, which would be small, and then we'll concatenate again, and we're going to put a line break right there. And then we're going to say the number that are in stock. So we're going to type the words in stock and a colon and a space, and we're going to concatenate just like we did before. So this is $size. We're still working with our small, and we're looking for this number right here. So we're going to put this in square brackets. We're still in the first row, so it's 0, but we're now looking for the item in the second space, so this is the one that holds the 1 value. So now we're saying we have shirt size, small, in stock, 4, and then I'm going to concatenate back so I can add some more HTML and some plain text, and I'm going to put a line break there as well, and then I'm going to say number sold, colon, space, and we're going to concatenate in that last line. And in this case, It's $size like we've been doing. We're still working with that same row, so it's 0. And we're looking at the last value, and so it's 0, 1, 2. And so that is what we have for this. And I'm just going to concatenate one last time so that I can close this paragraph. And I'm going to put a closing quotation and my semicolon. So there's my line that says shirt size small, in stock for, number sold 10. I'm going to go ahead and save this. So I'm going to go File, Save, or File, Save As, either one. I'm going to put it in my same exercises folder that I did before, and I'm just going to call this one Arrays, and it's going to be, make sure it's a PHP file, and I'm going to go back out to my FileZilla, and I need to do a little refresh here. There's my arrays. This is still in my exercises folder from when we did the prior video, so I'm going to upload, and I'm going to come over here and refresh. I just want to make sure it's over there. There's my arrays. So now let's go out to our browser. There is what we created. So we did shirt size, and then we called up the variable in the array, and then after that we concatenated and put a line break in stock for, number sold 10. So let's go do the rest of them. So I'm going to go back into my text wrangler file, and really, because I believe in this little philosophy called efficiency through laziness, I'm going to copy this line, and I'm just going to paste it right below it and change the things that I need to. So now we're going to be looking at this second row. And since the second row, we go 0, 1, so we're going to be looking at 1, but we're looking for the first space, so that one doesn't need to change. So this says in this second row here that we're looking for the one in the 0 spot, which is medium. And the same then goes for this and this. So if we go ahead and save this and upload it there, let's go back to Chrome, and I'm going to refresh this page. And there's the second one. So it says shirt size small, in stock 4, number sold 10, medium, in stock 7, number sold 6. And we can check that by looking in our code and going, okay, the first one, let's just kind of pull this so we can see them both. Okay, yep, the first one is small, and that first number there is 4, followed by 10. And the next one should be medium, 7, and 6. So let's go create that very last one. And again, I'm just going to copy this and paste it right below and change the numbers. And now we're going to figure it out for the large. And now we're in the number 2 spot. Oops, let's make sure we just change what we need to. And so now this is done. This is what we're doing in this exercise, because I decided to work with the 2-dimensional arrays because they're kind of the most complex. Associative are as well, but I think you'll see these more often if you work with any extent with PHP. So I'm going to do a save here, go back out to FileZilla, I'm going to upload, make sure I overwrite it, I'm going to go back over to my browser, and I'm going to refresh. And there's all 3 of them. So that is it for our exercise on arrays. Hopefully it's made some sense as far as what we're doing as a form of variable with a little extra. In the next video, we are going to talk about operators. See you then.